Hi all. We'll move ahead with next topic, that is signal mask. So, normally we'll be having some macros for the masking purpose. Okay, so same thing here also have for the masking purpose for the signal. Okay, so how to mask it, or how to unmask, or how to set the mask flags, okay, or how to block some flags, or how to unblock some flags. Okay, so those all things we'll see it now. So for that purpose, okay, so Unix system, okay, or POSIX 6.1 standard, okay, so it gives the one system call that is called as a SIG PROC procedure. Okay, that's a SIG process mask. Okay, so SIG process mask, one function it will give it SIG PROC mask. Okay, so it takes maybe three arguments. Okay, first one is command, second one is new mask, so whatever you want to write it new thing, and third one is that is a old mask. Okay, so it takes three arguments. So first one is here, that is a set mask. Okay, so here we have the command that is sig underscore set mask. So what it will do is, so it override the calling process signal mask with the value specified in a new mask. So here whatever we are specifying the things, okay, so in new mask those all things will be overwritten. So whatever old one is there, so that we ignore it. Okay, and it will override the and this new mask whatever it contains, so those things. Okay. Then sig block command. Okay, so here what this will do is sig block, so it adds the signal specified in the new blocks. So whatever is there it will add it. Okay, so argument to the calling process signal mask. So already you have the one masking set, so in that it will add it. Okay, so which one you have to block it, like that you will specify the signal. For that it will whatever macros you will give it, so depending on that flag it will block the some signals only. Okay, so but this is a addition to the whatever already existing one is there. Okay, so whatever existing ones are there, suppose five signals are not blocked, now you want to block among them two signals, like that. Okay, so here this is the whatever mask is there, it will not overwrite it, just it will block it. So reverse of this one is unblock. Okay, so this whatever thing is there is in new mask, again it will take it and it will allow to unblock it. Okay, so here normally we'll pass three things. Okay, so this is a command whatever we saw, and two more things is a new mask and old mask. Okay, so here new mask, whatever values we are giving it, so that it's already it's used to set or reset the calling process signal mask. Okay, and old mask, if it has anything value that it will take it. So and for this purpose we have the one set that is a sig set underscore t. Okay, so this data type whatever is there, this is defined in signal.h file. So in this by default the sets are defined. Okay, so what is that data type contains is it's a collection of bit flags. Okay, so some bits are there, there is a flags by default, it will be there for the all the process, it will be allowed. Okay, so this bit flag represent the one signal defined in a given system. Okay, so here, so whatever from this flag, so by default it will be set to the all the processes. So whenever system will start, so that time it's defined for the, all the processes. So here, so whatever values are there, those values will be taken by the for the setting for the all the process signals. Okay, so that by default that process has to take the signal or not, that will be defined. Okay, so if you want to override it, so you can override it by using this masking. Okay, so now, like this, we have different again system calls. Okay, that is sig empty set. Okay, sig add set, sig delete set, sig fill set, sig is member. Okay, so these things are there. Those what it will do is, so whatever we have this macro, that is sig set macro. So in this macro, what all things you want to modify it or add it or you want to reset it. So those things, for that purpose we have this one. Okay, so here sig empty set, so what it will do is it will clear the all the signals flags. Okay, so here, whatever by default kernel is providing as a, you have to use these signals for the particular purpose. Those all will clear it. Okay, then sig add set. Okay, here what it will do is this sets the flag corresponding to the signum. So whatever we are giving it for that, its corresponding flags it will set it. There is it will add the addition to the whatever by default is there. Then delete, so corresponding whatever num signum whatever we are sending it. So from this whatever by default are set, from that it will delete it, the signum depending on this one it will delete it. Then sig will set, so this will set all the signal flags in a mask argument. Okay, so it will set the all the signal flags. Then sig is member. This API returns one if the flag correspond to the signal is in the sig mask. Okay, and it's set. Okay, so if it is already whatever we are trying to check it, this mask. Okay, so if it is there in this signal, so it will return the 1, otherwise it will return the 0. Okay, so it's a set or not, depending on that it will give it. So is it's a member or not, we are just checking it status, we are checking it. Then one more thing what we can do is here in this procedure, here command, if value are giving the 0, so instead of it is set, so it will get the status. Okay, so it will get the status. Then you can send the here mask one argument, you can send it. So in that it will receive the all the status. Okay, it's for the get status. Just we'll see one example. Okay, so one program will see it. So here we have sig set underscore t. Okay, so this is a data type for that one variable we have created. So initially what we are doing is we are clearing all the things. So it's something about sig empty whatever we told here. So what we are doing is, so irrespective of default whatever maybe, so just we are passing that one and we are saying as a clear all the things, the initialize it. Okay, then we are calling the masking function. Okay, so here you are saying as a 0, that is command we are saying as a 0 means it will get the status. Okay, so get the status. Then new one, you whatever you are sending as a 0, so it's irrespective of this argument, and you have to get the status, that is will come in old old mask here. Okay, it has to come here. So just you are passing here one argument, in this will receive it, this is the command. We don't want this parameter that time actually. Okay, so here. Okay, so here we're getting the status. Okay, so now we are checking is it a -1. Okay, so whenever it will return successful execution, it will return 0. So on failure it will return -1. So now we are checking is it a -1 or not. If it is -1 means it's just execution is a failure, so you can't get the signal status that time. So that time just we are saying is a sig mask error is there, then we are stopping the whatever execution we are doing it. If it is not a failure means it is a successful. Okay, so then here 0 will come, 0 is equal to -1, false, so we will go to the else part. So in else part what we are doing is here we reset that sig mask. Now we are adding it something. Okay, so what we are adding it, sig add set, we are API we are calling it. So in that whatever signal previous one was there, whatever we received. Okay, so here for this we're adding one more extra signal, that is sig int. So it's a remote interrupt. So whenever from the command prompt, if you give the control Z, so that interrupt has to be received by that process. Okay, so because we already did as here clear, so now we are adding that one. Okay, now here what we are saying is sig delete set. So what delete set it will do is it will clear it. Okay, so anything is there means that whatever signal if it is set, so that we are removing it. So by default always sig segmentation fault. Okay, this is a segmentation fault for signal. Okay, it will be on. So now we are removing that. Okay, we are removing it. Then again just what we are doing is we are trying to set it. Okay, so what we are setting is, so default old one we don't know whatever maybe we are leaving it. So new one whatever we created in. Okay, so in this one macro this variable whatever we created, that one we are trying to set it. Okay, so here sig set underscore set mask. Okay, so just we are trying to set the mask. If it is written -1 means this execution of this mask function is failed. If it is successful means it will return 0. So that time it will whatever our intention was, just to see all the functionalities. That is one variable we took it sig mask. From that we cleared all the things 0. Then we extracted the by default values from the kernel here. Okay, then so for that what we did is one extra thing we added. Okay, so that is sig int. Okay, and one we deleted. Then whatever thing we have, that is a sig masking function, whatever we have, those all are again given to the our new process whatever we are executing here. Okay, that is a we are setting it. So here we set the signal. So this is what how we will use the sig mask. Okay, and one more API will come, that is a sig pending. Okay, so this will help us to see already you have written the any APIs. Okay, that is for the taking purpose of signal. Okay, so if any error is there and if you are getting the continuously same signal, okay, so repeatedly multiple times same signal if you are getting, so that time what it will do is it will try to avoid it. You may taking care of all the instances, only one instance of that signal you can take care. Okay, so like that, for that purpose sig pending also will use it. Okay, now we'll see one more example. So here this is a sig user 1 and user 2. Okay, those are two signals provided by the our Unix standard. Okay, so those how we have to use it. Okay, so that we'll see it. So here one program will see, that is a sig user 1 or sig user 2. There are two signals are there, so users can generate that one. So for that, how we can write it the command handler, that will see it. Okay, so here what we are doing is one signal handler we are writing. Okay, user defined. Okay, that is sig underscore usr. Okay, we are writing, and it has to take the that always command handler has to take the one argument, that is the integer. Okay, so integer type we are taking it. Okay, so return type should be always 0. So it may be static one or global one, just we define here as a static one now. Okay, so here one handler we are defining it. Now in this one only we are trying to handle both the signals. So this is the common handler for our two signals. Okay, that's why we say written here as a one handler for the both the signals. Okay, that is a sig user 1, sig user 2. For both the signals we are taken the same common handler. Okay, so in main what we are doing, just signal. Okay, that is sig 1 comma user handler. So just we are defining as a whenever we will get the sig user 1, so this is the command handler has to perform the some action. So whatever action we return in this function, that has to perform whenever we will receive sig user 1 signal. Okay, so same thing we are registering this one also, sig user 2. So whenever user 2 kind of thing, this one will come, signal will come, sig user 2 signal will come. So that time this command handler will be executed. Okay, so then if these two are registered, now what we are doing is in just our process what in infinite loop we are saying as a pause. Okay, so just to wait for to get the signal. Okay, so because manually we'll try to give the signal from the command prompt, so we are saying as a here just wait for the signal. Okay, so what this command handler is contained is, so same definition of this one, this declaration we given here, definition we are giving. So what we are doing is first argument that always will give the signal number. Okay, so signal number whatever it is getting, that is here left hand side whatever will specify, maybe user 1 or user 2, that will come. Okay, so here we are checking if signal number is equal to user 1, so just we are doing one printf statement, that is a received sig user 1. Okay, if it is equal to user 2, okay, just we are printing as a received signal user 2. Okay, if both of them are not there means this is the something error we have received. For the this signal handler we have received some other signal. Okay, so this is the handler, but these two we want to write it, but we received something else only. So just we are seeing as a received different signal number. Okay, that we are printing, we are stopping it here. Okay, so now we'll execute this one. So if whenever we'll execute it, normally what we will get it, no a dot file we will get it. Okay, so compiled after that we will get the a dot file. So this a dot file we're executing and we're putting this one as an ampersand. There's nothing but we're forcing this process to work in background. Okay, so here whenever we give ampersand, so immediately command prompt it will give the job control number, okay, and it will give the process id. So here in this case we got the process id is 372, okay. So it may be differ from the system to system, so 372 we got it here. So now what we are doing is inform command prompt. Now this is running in background, and if you saw, what we are doing is, so just we registered these two, then this process is in pause. Okay, so it's is in pause state, it's still running only. Okay, so this always it will be running in the background. Now from the command prompt what we are giving is kill, okay, user one, okay, hyphen user one for this process. Okay, so we are running the, we are giving the signal, okay, that is user one signal we are giving it. Okay, hyphen user one, this is we are giving it. So this kill is the actual system call here. Okay, that's a consider as, you can consider as a command also. Internal it's a session call also, and in command prompt whatever we are giving it as a command, kill command we are executing. So that time we are passing the argument user one, this signal has to be sent to which process, that is nothing but to this process. So what this process, whenever we will execute this one, what this process will receive, that is 372 process, whatever we written this program for this process, whatever we are running it, that is the process number is, the process id is 372, that will receive the this signal user one signal, it will receive it. So what it will perform here, this is we already registered. So whenever this signal will come, command handler will execute, this corresponding command handler will execute. So in that we are checking is it a user one or not. So we have passed already argument as a user one. Okay, so user one it will receive it, then we just will print it and it will come out. Okay, so received signal one. So again it will go in pause because we can given the return. Okay, so just we are coming out of this handler, not executing the entire process. Okay, so this from this function it will come out. Okay, but still it's running in main function only by this pause. Okay, now what we'll do is second argument will pass it, that is user sig2 will pass it. Okay, so for that this is a user 2, this again same process id. Okay, so we'll pass it. So what again this signal handler will run it, so it will match with this one, and this printf statement will print it, that is received user sig2, it will print it. So this will print it. Now third time again we're running this one, and we're saying as a just instead of passing this signals specified, now just we are passing as a kill. Okay, so whenever it will come as a kill, so by default for a kill internally it's kernel is written as a you can't ignore the signal. Okay, so in that normally whichever process will receive this signal is nothing but it will terminate it. Okay, so here we are not written any handler for this one, signal handler for this one. So what it will do is in this signal it will receive. So here whenever you are executing, it will receive as a signal. So we don't have any corresponding command handler, user return. So kernel whatever it's written, that handler is nothing but it will terminate it. Okay, so by default it will terminate. So that time it's coming as a dot out, whatever was executing in background, this will terminate it. Okay, so this is how we use the uh, this is how we'll use the user defined signals. Okay, so you can write any specific command handlers, whatever you want, you can perform the task whatever you want to perform it. It's left to the user, so how you want to give the commands.